class, it's another discussion and demo teaching about English, and our new topic is active and passive voice. At the end of the learning period, the student should be able to define what active and passive voice is, understand the structure of active and passive voice, and also identify and differentiate the use of active and passive voice. In English grammar, voice isn't necessarily refers to the sound you make when you talk or speak. One thing to note here is that no matter what the structure of the sentence is, the meaning of the sentence does not change, or still the meaning throughout is not change or not changing. You keep that in mind. So let's dive straight into the realm of active and passive voice. So in active voice, the subject in the sentence is an agent who performs the action or who performs the verb of an object. So let's understand this with a relevant example. So Romeo wrote a letter. The grammatical subject is Romeo that performs an action described by the verb wrote. So on the other hand, if we transform this active statement to passive statement, the subject will become the letter was written by Romeo. So the subject here is being acted upon. Whereas in passive voice, the verb is the most emphasis in the sentence. So now let's go to the structure of active and passive voice. So in active voice, we have subject plus verb plus object, or SVO. While to the passive voice, we have object plus verb plus the subject, or OVS. So there are rules that we follow in changing active to passive voice and vice versa. Just simply exchange the places or the placement of the subject and object, wherein the subject should become the object and vice versa, while changing a sentence from active to passive voice or reverse. So another example is, she sung a song. She is the subject and a song is the object. Hence, a song was sung by her. By her rather. A song is the subject and her is the object. So, here are some tips and strategies for converting sentences from the passive to the active voice. Look for a by phrase example, by her in the last example. So here are further examples for further understanding. We have active voice, I ate the coconut pie. To be transformed to passive voice, we have the coconut pie was eaten by me. Similarly to the active voice, he bought a guitar, and a guitar was bought by him. The passive allows us to select the parts of a sentence to which we want to draw attention. We can use what we want to focus on. So, when do we use active voice? When the sentence opens with a concrete simple subject followed by an active verb will serve you well. The rest of the sentence can be revealed to new and often necessarily worthy information. So, while on active to passive voice is used in good reasons. So, first one is to emphasize the action rather than the actor or rather than the subject. Next one is to keep the subject and focus consistent throughout a passage. Also to be tactful by not naming the actor and not to describe a condition in which the actor is unknown or unimportant. And lastly, to create an authoritative tone, and that's all. So, from the discussions, the use of active and passive voice help us to be concise and clear what idea we want to emphasize and focus on. So that's all for today. Thank you.